Hey there guys, welcome back. It's Mapper here today with another episode of Spy Family. So, last episode, I guess you could consider it a dailies episode, if you will. You know, just the normal lives of the forgers and whatnot. We did get to see a little bit more in regards to Yoru and Frankie, of all people, which was kind of nice, of course, but I did want something more serious, if you will, in regards to Yoru's backstory and whatnot, which I guess I shall just have to wait patiently for. So, I guess in this episode, maybe we're going to go back to Lloyd, and hey, perhaps even Anya as well. It's been some time since we've had a real progress in terms of her, whatever she's doing in school, so I would presume either one of those two will play out in this episode. So with that in mind, let's get into it. Alright, so we started with the opening here. Let me just skip it, and let's begin directly in the episode in 3, 2, 1, play. Carry out the Griffin plan? What? Oh, looks like we're back at school. To be expected. Becky, what age are you again? イチャイチャな話。Nope. Don't tell me this is gonna be like a romantic development episode between Damien and Anya in this episode. So she's just gonna go over, it's Bond! Or something like that. Here we go. Alright, how's it gonna backfire this time? Just like ignoring her. Of course. I'm just like, whoa, that's a pretty cool dog. Oh. Well, no shit, girl. Well, you do you. No, so that's why it's called Griffin? Let me guess. Damien and Anya are gonna be in the same group? Or is it gonna be like a versus situation? That's also possible, right? Again with the rumor mills. Okay, if he's saying this, then of course, Damien and Anya, right? And then who? Don't worry, Damien. I had a feeling as well. Okay, so it's 5 to accrue. Oh? Iron Man! Or would that actually be a Gundam or something? Elegant! Elegant! Oh. What the hell is that? Oh, now that I think of it, yeah, she has a pretty weird. Oh, that's Bond. Whew. Damn, this kid has some skills. Oh, that is big. Heraldic, huh? So I guess in the past, so I'm guessing they have a family crest, which means they were probably aristocratic in the past. Hmm. Anyways, as I was mentioning before, I think Anya. We've already seen a few times that Anya has pretty unique a pretty unique sense of art. The, I have to say, the expressions on Anya's face this episode are absolutely on point. Okay. That's what the actual. Ah. How is this episode going to be resolved, though? I can't quite understand. and and this is just gonna let Becky be. What? What? that's that's what it is. Baby. Okay, kakadori. And Becky's just like, don't worry, I will support your love. Oh no? Okay. Going back home? A butler named Cheese. How cliche can it be? His brother? Alright, so basically he has a father comp. Well, actually, we already knew about that. All things considered, though, like I think I mentioned already, like at the beginning, I actually like Damien's character, and I think it's really, and I think it's nice that he's actually very, he's not a spoiled brat, right? H censored, redacted. Full metal. Full metal lady? Why? Okay, so we are actually getting, more introduction, more story in regards to the side characters. She's just like, pfft, amateurs. Of course. Quick change, eh? Now this is actually pretty awesome because uh there's actually some, if you guys are interested in this, there's a few series on YouTube which talks about how, some former agents in the CIA, how they operated back in, whilst they were at, you know, as an attachment to the embassies in the Soviet Union. Okay, so where are we going with this? Five times. What? That's how we end this. What? There's actually a lot more after this, so I guess I'm just gonna let this play out. Anyways, as I was just saying before, right? There's actually, especially now in modern day, more and more things are getting declassified, and also, like, the thing that's very hot right now is basically experts in in specialized professions talking about their professions on YouTube, right? So you get a wealth of this information um, on YouTube. Like a series that I really love, or I guess one personality that I really love watching is the former chief of disguise, I think, uh, who's actually quite famous on YouTube as well. Her husband is actually the agent, the main character in the spy thriller Argo, and so they worked as a husband and wife couple in the Soviet Union for quite a few years, if you will. So they share some of the techniques that they used in order to, for instance, disguise themselves, quick change, shake off their pursuers, or how to exchange information. Um, しばらくお待ちください. Well, you gotta start young, eh? Is this Yuri's dream or something? Memories surfacing? Seriously, how exactly did he survive? Okay. Uh, oh, okay. Hmm. Okay. I have no idea what that was all about, but I will see you guys after this. Well, alright, that was an enjoyable episode, minus like whatever the heck that was at the very end there. Do we really need to see Yuri sit for torture once again? I think we got the idea already. Spare the man, dude. But yeah, beyond that, and then we also had a little bit of a introduction to Sylvia, right, the handler, which even though I wish they would have gone a little bit deeper into her quirks, her tendencies, something that's more personal to her, right, rather than them going through their spy stuff, their spy motions. It seemed to be a nice little way for them to highlight her, but instead we kind of got this half-hearted attempt at doing some spy stuff, which I guess we gotta tie it back to the main the main genre of this. Actually, can we actually call it the main genre? A subgenre, if you will, of this series. I mean, it's literally in the title, right? We gotta do some spy things. But anyways, as I said, just looking at them, just looking at Sylvia in that scene, utilizing some of the techniques and whatnot, and meeting up with Floyd, well, definitely quite interesting, right? And I like how they show some of that stuff. And I believe, I can't quite remember, but I do believe that in earlier episodes they also showed a dead drop as well, right? So I mean, that's great. And as I said before, if you guys are interested in this, especially with how she was shaking off her pursuers and entering into a disguise quickly and whatnot, I really do highly recommend, just go to YouTube, search up, I mean, you're on YouTube right now, right? So after this, just go and search for Jonah Mendez, is the one that I was talking about, the ex-chief of disguise of CIA, and whose husband, Tony Mendez, is basically whose story that the film Argo is based loosely of, right? And because Jonah Mendez is an ex-chief of disguise in the CIA, she actually talks a lot about her time in the Soviet Union and what kind of methods and techniques that they used at that time, whilst in literally the same kind of situation that Sylvia is here, which is being a attachment to the embassy and being a handler for spies, for local spies, right? So I highly recommend you guys to check that out if you are interested in that. Lots of very, very fascinating and interesting stuff. But of course, the meat of this episode should be in Damien and Anya's relation, right? And I gotta say, right, even back when Damien was first introduced, I was kind of like, I don't really feel like this is going to be an antagonistical character, right? I actually feel I can sense some good in him, if you will. It's just like, I don't know, it just the vibe that he gave out didn't really speak to me, scream like evil character or bad character to me, but maybe a little bit more misguided, if you will. And clearly in this one we can see, or rather we've already been shown before, that he really has this sort of complex to him. Probably his other elder siblings are all doing quite well in life and in their careers as well, and his father his father definitely doesn't seem like that much of a family person and much more of a career guy, a career person. So definitely would be more approving of those that are able to climb within using their own powers, right? And Damien clearly has a complex because of that. But even so, I think this isn't the first time that we see Damien really, acting. He's not just a spoiled brat, right? I think that's the main thing that I'm trying to get here. Even before this episode, like even in the previous episode, I think we could have this understanding that he's not just here trying to, trying to leech off his family prestige, and even though he has lackeys, if you will, but really I think they actually act as positive influences upon each other to push each other, and that's a good thing, right? And definitely my impression of Damien has been gradually improving throughout all these episodes. And of course, it doesn't hurt that it's hilarious how he treats Anya, right? Literally being a tsundere type of character here, where on one hand, he's definitely relentless and ruthless in the stuff that he speaks, but at the same time, he also gets all shy and dare around Anya because he apparently has this kind of cute little crush on Anya, and which, by the way, Becky, of course, is getting it all backwards, and who can blame her, right? Because Anya definitely is showing an exorbitant amount of attention, or of how can I put it? She's really paying very much attention to Damien, right? So of course it would be logical to think in that sort of area here. And knowing how Becky is apparently this romantically obsessed kind of girl, I can only imagine the hilarity that's going to come from the future episodes here. So really looking forward to that. I always like literally in any kind of series, like anime or manga, my favorite is always these sort of side characters who just sue chaos, right? And not just random chaos. Random chaos is one thing, but having a specific type of mindset or whatnot, and then just basically changing up the dynamic of the story, right? Those are absolutely some of my favorite characters. Like for example, and I guess I would presume that there's probably a big overlap between people who watch this and people who watch Kaguya-sama. Like Hayasaka from Kaguya-sama would be a perfect example of that as well, right? Although she does things much more intentionally, whereas Becky here, maybe unintentionally. She's well intentioned, if you will, but misinformed. But I just can't wait until we see more of her, and she's like, "Don't worry, Anya, I'm going to support you," and just because she loves a good love story and whatnot. She's a hopeless romantic, and so that's why she wants to help Anya, though helping in in kind of slightly the wrong way here. So really looking forward to that. Beyond that, though, what else for this episode? I think that's pretty much it, right? It's clearly them being able to win the top prize is questionable, debatable, but it's definitely going to further how can I put it? Further place an impact in Damien's heart in regards to Anya, right? Which I guess will come into fruition later on. But for now, just a pretty funny little episode that sets the tone up, sets the stage up for future hilarity as well. And that is a good thing. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Not too much else to add here. I did get a sneak preview of the next episode because, typically I don't watch that far. I stop it at the end credits so that I don't get spoiled by the previews. Unfortunately, I saw it here, and apparently Yuri is going to become a tutor to Anya, and also use that as an opportunity to infiltrate into the Forger household, right? So, I think we can all imagine what kind of shenanigans will stem from that. So, looking forward to it. Thank you guys. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.